student section here, they're ready to go. I'm ready to go. The players on the field are ready to go because we don't know what to expect here when these two teams hit the field.
What a difference a year makes. This time last year, this was a monsoon out here, Friday and Saturday. We had rain all day. It was cold, not the conditions that you would want. No Matt Masker, no Brett Kaiser, no Jake Gappa. That's your top quarterback, your top wide receiver, your top running back. So a lot of holes to fill for the Stars offense. What a finish this was. This was so thrilling that the traffic in the north end zone was stopped so they could see that final play. And joining me now is head coach Brandon Cool and the state-bound Kearney Bearcats. We put together 16 teams, 11 of them automatic bids for those state qualifiers, and then we decided, you know what, why not have a few at-larges as well? So we added 5 of those. Well, the magic number is now 21, as in 3 weeks, Scott Frost and the Huskers will take Memorial Field to face off against Akron. But before then, Big Red is having its first scrimmage this weekend. Week 1 of fall camp is in the books, and it's had some up and downs, including at the quarterback position. Just 2 weeks ago at Big Ten Media Days, Frost said he wants to have a starting quarterback named at least a week before the start of the regular season, and perhaps even earlier. Well, after 7 days, there hasn't been any separation yet.
I'd like to see them be farther ahead right now than what they are. You know, the one thing is that I think at the end of spring they were doing a really good job and it seemed like they got it. We didn't quite pick up there where we left off from spring. I think the last few days I've seen a big improvement, but everything's just got to operate faster for them, and that'll come when they're familiar enough with the offense that it clicks in their mind faster.
Staying in Lincoln, the Husker volleyball team is a week into its fall camp, and there's plenty of new faces this year for the defending national champs, 8 in fact. And while there'll probably be some growing pains, head coach John Cook says the disease of me and managing last year's successes won't be a hurdle with this year's group.
We've approached it all kinds of different ways. This year we have a pretty good out in that over half our team is new. So, you know, those guys have no idea what it is to win a national championship, but we got a core that is returning. So again, I have to be patient, but I'm encouraged.
Elsewhere in Kearney, the Loper football team wrapped up their fall scrimmage this afternoon. And one guy that's catching everyone's eyes is former basketball star Trey Landsman. The senior hasn't played organized football in 5 years, but he's quickly becoming the go-to receiver on the outside for the Lopers and looks to be a huge weapon this fall.
6'7", it's pretty hard to overthrow him, an all-American basketball player, and I mean he likes to work. I mean you don't get All-American for nothing. So I mean he's one of the hardest working dudes.
I'm just having fun, honestly. I haven't played football in so long. I'm having a lot of fun just going through meetings and learning everything. Yeah, but I mean I'll get nervous, I'm sure, before the games start.
And staying on the gridiron, there's high expectations out at Hastings College this season. Head coach Tony Harper has one of the most experienced groups he's ever had on paper, and the Broncos could be making a return to the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. But Coach Harper wants his players focused on what's in front of them right now.
All we're worried about is getting better every time we step out here and do something with the football program. And that's got to be the big thing for the guys. You know, if we start looking too far ahead, we're going to forget what's in front of us and we're going to get knocked in the face. We can't worry about what we did in the past because that's going to bring us down a little bit. Every time's a new time, new day, and we got to learn from that.
That'll do it for sports, but stay with us. We'll take one final look at your weather. Plus, the first ever museum dedicated to pizza has opened its doors. We'll tell you where it is, go over some of those cheesy details inside. Stay with us.
Playing defensive end is all about speed, leverage, and power. Skills that are hard enough for players with 2 legs, but not for Sam Shakai.
Everything just seems normal for me. I don't feel out of my element too much, despite the fact that everybody else has 2 legs, but I don't really think about that.
When Sam was 3, his left leg was amputated after he was run over by a lawnmower. That accident, though, never stopped him from playing sports.
I grew up pretty much the only thing I knew was having 1 leg, so it seemed normal to me.
On the field, Sam uses a carbon fiber prosthetic. It allows him to move like everyone else, but there are some challenges.
Footing is kind of an issue sometimes, but over the years I've learned to adapt myself, and I've learned to work with my leg in a way that is effective.
And those adjustments are paying off this season. Sam's recorded 21 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. And that hard work has also inspired his teammates.
He's not going to let that prosthetic leg become a crutch for him. When he's playing, you don't know he even has it. And I think that's what he carries, and he's driven. He's driven to play hard.
While there's all the temptation in the world to say that a play here or there may have been different with 2 legs, Sam says the thoughts never crossed his mind.
If I could get my other leg back, I wouldn't take it, because having one leg has given me work ethic, and it's made me try harder, which has put me in the position that I am today.
With this week's 5-star performer, Sam Shakai, Austin Miller, NBC Nebraska Sports.
Over in the Expedition League, the Hastings Sodbusters are rolling this summer. Duncan Field has gotten the crowd going, but thanks to one promotion, it's once again proving that beer can be a great motivator.
When the music plays and buy one get one free beer is on the line, Sodbuster fans take heckling to a new level.
It's really funny, honestly. I like hearing fans heckle. It's just something fun.
They get amped up for sure when they get the opportunity for some buy one, get one free beer.
Some nights there's winners. Most times that third strike can't quite hit. But if you're a Hastings pitcher, don't ever throw ball 4.
The first beer batter I faced, I got booed at home by our own fans. That honestly just made me laugh on the mound that, wow, okay, well, I better not walk him next time.
The good nature fun leads to some interesting heckling. Whether it's a beer batter on the other end, or even just an opposing player getting rung up.
There's a fan here in Hastings that is always saying, like, hey, batter. That guy really makes me laugh a lot.
Before every game, the Sodbusters announce who the beer batter will be, giving that player something a little extra to think about when he steps in the box.
I feel like it's a big win for us every time whenever we get that, because the guy's half the time not even trying to get a hit. He just wants to put the bat on the ball, so he's rolling over, doing something for us. And, it's great having the fans, start cheering all loud and everything. It really gets, us behind it.
While the Sodbuster pitching staff doesn't keep count of their beer batter case, once that second strike's called, game on.
I don't really think too much about it. I just try to get him out, whenever I can. And usually when I get 2 strikes on him, that's when I really want to get him out and strike out and get the fans what they want.
Event plus reaction equals outcome. It may not be Newton's law, but it's Kearney Catholic's formula for success in 2018. Head coach Rashawn Harvey wants his players to use that equation in all aspects of life, on and off the field. And if they do, good things will follow.
Outside expectations are low for the Kearney Catholic Stars this season. Of course, that's going to happen when you lose a record-breaking quarterback, your top weapon on the outside, and a workhorse in the backfield.
Coaches have been telling us that all year. Nobody's respecting us. We got a chip on our shoulder for sure. We're ready to do some good things, prove some people wrong.
We've got talent still here, and we're coaching that to those guys. Just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Control your own 20 square feet, and we'll be fine.
But there is one area Kearney Catholic wasn't fine last season, and that was in the trenches, which led to a poor running game and a defense that gave up 6.3 yards per carry. It's a number ingrained into this team and is why they've beefed up this summer.
That can't happen anymore. We got to step up, O-line and D-line especially, for our run offense and run defense. We really have been focusing on stopping the run and running the rock.
With just 2 weeks left until the first game, the Stars are reacting to last year's playoff loss with a new sense of hard work to produce a better outcome than last season.
I think our tradition and culture takes care of that. Guys know what's expected. Guys know they don't want to be that team that didn't make the playoffs around here. So our guys are motivated this year. Without those guys, they know now they get to put their stamp on the program, and they're excited about that.
Young Mom, 3-1.
Austin Miller, Local 4 Sports, Kearney.